that is trending. The president of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, has embarked on a 5-day tour of the Western and Central regions. It will be on starting today, that is August 18th, on a 5-day working visit to the Western and Central regions. Also commence its official working visit at a gym in the Western region of Ghana, and he'll be expecting to inspect the work that is ongoing the Achnenin and Ejam road that is currently being constructed, and also talking about the former president Jerry John Rawlings has actually hinted at the releasing a book titled "The Triumph of Evil" to expose the likes of Professor Kwame Ahoy. Now, it's been a little bit of banter as Professor Kwame Ahoy actually released his book Working with Rawlings, where he exposed some of, I would say, ill relationships that former President Jerry John Rawlings had with a couple of people, including himself. But according to former President Jerry John Rawlings, he's also releasing a book called The Triumph of Evil that is going to be exposing people like Professor Kwame Ahoy and some of his works when he served as the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. That is going to be a little bit petty, but anyway, we're in for this political beef, if that is how we call it. We are also in for anything that is going to be politically incited, but it's a great initiative by our leaders to start releasing books and making it known about us to throw shade at each other. Well, but I believe there is no perfect leader. You can't be a perfect leader whatsoever, but let's just keep our fingers crossed and let's just wait for what this book called The Triumph Over Evil that is going to be released very soon by former President Jerry John Rawlings. Let's see what it contains. And also in some presidential news, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has said the world is watching to see whether the African continent free trade area will achieve its objectives. Now, the objective of the AfCFTA, that is the African continental free trade area, is to create a single continental market for goods and services with free movement of business persons and investment. And he was speaking at the official commissioning and the handover of the secretariat, and he says that the world is looking and watching Africa, and they are hoping that we do something better with our free trade area. Now, he also assured that Ghana will continue to support the Secretariat to make it fully functional. And also in some other news also, Bible says, in some other news also, now Ghanaians have been under attack for actually not living in harmony with Nigerians who have businesses in Ghana. And according to the Diaspora Affairs Director, he says that there are more than 1 million Ghanaians living in Nigeria. Now, Ghanaians have been urged to be cautious when dealing with Nigerians in Ghana because there are more Ghanaians in the West African country and Nigeria than in any other country. Now, according to him, he explains that the public are not fully aware of such figure, and so could they agitate against Nigerians in Ghana. But before the influx of white in Africa, we were related, so there is no need for us to banter over trade purposes in Ghana. Now, according to the Diaspora Affairs Director, South American countries, the Far East and the Eastern European countries are difficult countries to enter and live in, but Nigeria, therefore, is very easy, and therefore we have over 1 million Ghanaians. That is a very amazing figure. And he also added that Ghanaians should actually be careful when dealing with Nigerians. And also we have some news concerning the president initiative and directive to the Minister of Gender and Children Affairs to provide hot meals once a day for JHS students, and also 2 teachers who are going to be resuming. According to the Ministry of Gender and Children Affairs, they are all set and all ready to act upon the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's directive for the final year junior high students and their teachers who are currently to be served with 1 hot meal each day until the end of their exams in September 2020. Now, the Minister, Cynthia Morrison, in an interview said that the exercise will be much more easier to undertake because they already have data on all pupils and teachers who are expected to benefit from the intervention. But meanwhile, the executive director of the Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare, believes that the intervention thereby is not necessary. He suggests that the decision may only be a token from the president to win electoral votes, especially as there has barely been any complaint of hunger from the students. Now, the president said this at the 15th State of Nation Address on directives of dealing with COVID-19 and containing the spread of the disease in Ghana. And according to him, he is not, or the government is not giving out freebies, but they are aiding household businesses to actually strive under a pandemic. And we also believe that Kofi Asare, well, he actually gave us his opinion on what he actually thinks on this. Remember that we are Facebook Live, so if you are listening to us via app, this is the chance for you to tune on to Facebook and see what we are up to in the studios. Remember, you can leave your comment down below, and don't forget to like and share our videos. Also, it would be great, Hannah, you everyday current news, so please keep sharing and please keep liking. And don't forget that if you are tuned in, you can also catch us on our YouTube live page at Radio Guy Online. Some COVID-19 news and health news. According to the Ghana Health Service, they are going to begin a stakeholder engagement ahead of possible reopening of air borders. Government actually announced that they are hopeful that our airways can actually be open by the 1st of September. And according to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they are going to be working hand in hand with the Ministry of Health and the Ghana Health Service to ensure that every single passenger actually gets tested for COVID-19 before they are actually left to move freely into the country. And according to the president of the Ghana Medical Association, Mr. Frank Adobia, he says that even though Ghana is actually doing well in curtailing the spread of coronavirus, there is the need to expand testing. Now, he was speaking in an interview, and he also said that it is only when they are tested that the virus will be found and treated accordingly. Now, according to him, government cannot say that we have curtailed it or we are actually containing the virus if there is a limited test of the virus. Now, he urged that we should do a lot of testing, and also commented by saying that the president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has outlined in achieving some good results when it comes to containing the virus. Now, he also added that we should really be vigilant and observe all protocols. And he also attributed these measures were to put in place to deal with the spread of COVID-19. Now, according to former Deputy Trade Minister Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, he has claimed that the government of Ghana has ordered COVID-19 testing in the country to be halted because it lacked funds to pay for the testing. Now, he explained in an interview that the president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo cannot say that COVID-19 situation is experiencing a downward trend at a time testing has been stopped. Now, the latest update also in coronavirus is that a 9-week-old child has succumbed to the disease, and unfortunately he lost his life. Now, according to the Ghana Health Service, the baby's unfortunate demise occurred in the central region and is one of the 8 persons who are said to have been killed by the virus in latest update. And it is really a very sad one, and that should tell us that COVID-19 coronavirus is no respecter of persons. It doesn't care who you are, it doesn't care what you are doing, whatever it is actually going to get you if you are not observing the protocols. And in some local news, a 51-year-old waste collector who inserted his fingers into the private part of a 6-year-old girl has been sentenced to 3 years imprisonment in hard labor by an Accra Circuit Court. Now, Daniel Marty Commodore Okain was charged with indecent assault, actually pleaded guilty. Now, he told the court presided by Mrs. Christiana Khan to deal leniently with him, that this was the first time he had committed such an offense. And we have rape coming in again this year. Rape has actually been on the rise as actress Amake Abebrese is actually starting and on an initiative that government should cancel out rape fees or medical fees that has got to do with rape in Ghana. And finally, in politics also, according to the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, he says that they are not going to allow whatever voter suppression or fraud from the Akufo-Addo's government. Now, he was talking in connection to the December polls, and he says that government is scheming to remain in power by any means possible. Now, according to Mr. Mahama, the governing New Patriotic Party was applying various strategies to suppress a lot of eligible voters. And also the National Youth Organizer of the Opposition, National Democratic Congress, George Opari Addo, has apologized to the youth of Ghana for the insensitive decision of the erstwhile Mahama-led government to cancel the monthly allowance payment to teacher and nursing trainees in 2014 and 2015. Now, speaking at a youth debate at the Ecosystem program, the NDC youth leader stated that the decision is to cancel the payment of trainees' allowances and was unpopular, which he went ahead to apologize to the youth, especially trainee teachers and nurses. And that is it for news that is trending in Ghana. Remember that our newspaper team are all set and all out today. We have back in the studios Miriam and also Ifya that are going to be taking us through our newspaper in a bit. And today is your birthday. Let me say happy birthday. Happy birthday to my very own Felix inside Ahunjo inside Kumasi, and also a happy birthday to Nana Ojo inside the Volta region. Today is your 50th birthday, and from your children inside Accra, they say happy birthday, same way to you. So if today is your birthday, let us know. Let me throw you a big shout out. Remember, it's Terrific Tuesday on the Rise Up Morning Show. Newspaper review is in a bit. Stay tuned. Bless me now. I am in your presence. 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 Bless me now. Already bringing you a newspaper review. Remember that the Rise Up Morning Show is proudly brought to you by Maya Herbal Soap, 100% natural, 100% organic for healthy skin, for pimples, skin rashes, eczema, and also foot rot. Now it contains natural products like aloe vera, which has been scientifically proven to be very good for the skin. Remember that it's a 7-day treatment, and it is going to solve your skin problem for you. You can contact them at info@mayaherbal.com and contact them for yours. It is proudly manufactured and made in Ghana. You can also call them on 059 2007170 or 0242689259, where they will be able to answer all your questions, being it a wholesale or retail, anywhere in the country that you are, they will be able to deliver. And if you also own a cosmetic shop and you are looking at wholesaling, they are also available and down for that. They are actually located in Kumasi, but they will be able to deliver if you are in Accra or in any of the regions in Ghana. My newspaper team is ready and set. Good morning.
Good morning.
Remember, we are live on Facebook also, so you can tune in and see us delve into issues concerning this country. And Pretty Ifya is here, and also Miriam, who was lost yesterday but was replaced by Evans. Yes, you are found. I hope you had a beautiful night. Divine selection has catch us. Yeah, we always underestimate the blessing of waking up in the morning. It's something that is so priceless. And anytime I wake up in the morning, I just say thank you, Jesus, thank you, God, because somebody is crying. Sorry. There is nothing special about me. It's just by the grace of God. Thank you so much for making time with us this morning. What is trending in our newspapers in Ghana?
So for the Ghanaian Times this morning, health scare in Tema was as central sewage systems spillage worsens. Residents call for its immediate rehabilitation. The story can be found on page 40 of the Ghanaian Times. President Akufo-Addo begins 5-day tour of Central, West and Western region today. The story is found on page 13 of the Ghanaian Times. African single market area set to take off as Ghanaian inaugurate hands over Secretariat to African Union Commission. The story can be found on page 12. And on the same page 12, investigate criminal activities during voter registration exercise, according to Peace Council. Peace Council urges IGP. That is for the front page of the Ghanaian Times this morning.
Okay, so on the front page of the Daily Graphic, it is also talking about the African Continental Free Trade Area. So it says Africa takes major lead. That is AFCFTA Secretariat opens. And then let's end monocracy. Okay, so the story on the AFCFTA can be found on page 3 of the Daily Graphic as well. And then let's end monocracy in party politics. That is the Speaker of Parliament talking over there. It can be found on the page 21 of the Daily Graphic. And then there is one story here. There's one story here. It says, I have opted out of December elections. Guess who is talking?
Who?
Dr. Edward Mahama.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Dr. Edward Mahama says he has left out of this year. So this year's December elections, we aren't going to see him. And then the story can be found on the page 15 of the Daily Graphic. Now, Graphic is also trying to give political party leaders a platform to talk about, so that
their policies, they are being partisan. Okay.
So, political parties deepens engagement, so they're trying to get some engagement with all our political leaders. And then on the back page of the Daily Graphic says cocoa farmers in Amenfi West incentivized on to produce more. So yes, so they have been given some incentives.
That's a step in the right direction for our agricultural sector.
Exactly. And then finally, on the back page of the Daily Graphic says UNICEF donates to health institutions in Accra.
Let's delve into issues from the Ghanaian Times.
And on the back page of the Ghanaian Times, Minister urges African countries to harness benefits of AFTA. And the Community Water and Sanitation Agency validates free water bills.
Wow.
Yes. And so for that, the Community Water and Sanitation Agency has embarked on a validation exercise to confirm the free water bills submitted to the agency for payment to be effected to all deserving beneficiaries who have supplied free water to various communities. So this comes at the back of when the president of the country said he was going to give free water supplies for 3 months.
For 3 months.
Yes. And so the Community Water and Sanitation Agency comes to say that according to the Chief Executive Officer of the CWSA, Mr. Kojo, says the directive by the president that was during the coronavirus. He said the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources had communicated to all metropolitan, municipal and district assembly to request communities to submit their water consumption data during the free water period for validation. So people came out to say that they were not enjoying the benefits of this 3 months free water because there were still bills and all that.
Yes.
And
there was a raise on social media saying that some areas in Accra have not had water supply for the past month. So
then that's bad for them. I mean, our place is just like 3 days now.
It's somebody says on a Facebook platform that for a month now they have not enjoyed water, and they are actually saying that this free water is not being enjoyed by all Ghanaians.
One of the essential things that keeps us going. So
Well, and I think that these people are people that do pay for water on a daily basis. They take their buckets to a nearby tap. They pay for it per bucket and they fetch. Now, according to them, they also said that they are not getting free water from the people who supply, or from the households that supply them with water, and they are being charged. And that was the initiative that John Dumelo, who is standing for the MP under the ticket of National Democratic Congress via Waso West, says that he took the initiative to open a tap where people can enjoy free water, especially for those that do not have water connections in their houses. But this should be an initiative for, I think, all members of parliament to ensure that every Ghanaian enjoys free water. I don't know why some Ghanaians should be enjoying water because they do have taps in their house, and others shouldn't be. I mean, we are all Ghanaians.
I think that Papa, Ghana Water Company brings bills, okay, monthly bills. So I think that is where the fear is coming from.
They feel like
you are receiving your bill. What if at the end of the day you are giving to people who you don't know,
okay,
and then you are supposed to pay these bills? Where are you going to find those people?
So maybe in our Ghanaian setting, we are scared to challenge
the government. Yes.
So if government
or government institutions.
If government comes out to say we are supplying you electricity or water for 3 months for free and there are bills, what is stopping you from going to the company or a nearby office to say that, hey, this is the bill, but the president said we are supposed to
well, that is a good point also.
You see, I feel that maybe that's why I began with that sentence, that perhaps they want you to know how much government is paying for you. Maybe that is why they are bringing you the bills, because they bring the bills and
Well, if government is saying that, if government is saying there is going to be free water bill, then I don't think the discount only came with electricity.
I am saying that they want you to know how much government is paying for you.
And I'm saying that if government is actually giving us free water, then there will be no need to bring us bills.
You know,
there will be no need to bring us bills if it is going to last for the rest of the year.
Yesterday, when we were talking about the free bills thing, and government came out to say that these things that they are giving, blah 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 blah, are not free, blah 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 blah, but it is to help or to help us solve a problem, save something somewhere. Someone told me that when I wasn't around, I wasn't in the studio yesterday, but someone told me that, see, you guys don't know what is happening. These people, they are saying this. It is just because election is near, and they are using that. At the end of the day, if President Nana Akufo-Addo or the NPP government is overthrown or is voted out, it is possible that there will be debt, and then
it is going to be a carryover for the next government.
Then in one way or the other, we are going to pay it. And even if the NPP government should still be in power, it is possible that we are the same people going to pay that bill. But we wouldn't. So it will, within the shortest time, you realize that, oh, you have to do this, and then the next time it's like, oh, people are complaining too much, so let me
we have the mentality or the ideology that we can't confront government agencies. We can't.
Well, this also brings me to a Facebook post that one lady was saying that she wasn't enjoying the 50% discount that government gave on electricity bills and or electricity tariffs, and she says that somebody advised her that she was also buying from a private company.
Okay.
And the only thing that she did was to take her receipt and her prepaid card to electricity company of Ghana nearby, and they just give her a discount. So I think that if you don't take the initiative to go in to enjoy certain things like this, you will sit home and pay your bills. And this should be an awareness. Every Ghanaian.
Personally, I told the lady who confronted the lady sells the water, so she said she decided that nobody come and fetch the water again except those in her house.
Well, that is.
I feel that let them fetch the water.
Well, nothing that you will say could nothing that you will say would actually change her mind, because if it comes. It comes for her. If those bills comes, you wouldn't be there to help her pay them. So that is the reason why she is saying that. But if we are really enjoying free water, then in areas where people are paying for water, government should also take the initiative to instruct the Ghana Water Company Limited to construct public pipes at places where they can just go freely to fetch water.
Some areas do not even have the water flow at all.
But Fafa, you should also know that in Ghana, even if it is free, we wouldn't let our brother or sister enjoy that free. Because now I'm getting it for free. The water is mine. It is in my house. If you come to fetch for it, I'll let you pay for it.
Well, you have a point.
Do that.
You have a point.
You can't just work in somebody's compound, especially in an era like this where the COVID thing and everybody. Look at the time it was announced. If you are coming to my house and I do not know you, Fafa, and you are just walking to my house and you need water, I mean, maybe I can give you for the first.
Now let's look at the political aspect of it. Let's look at the political aspect of it. Now, I personally do believe that there are no political affiliations or political ambitions attached to this. The reason why I'm saying that, because truly we are in a pandemic. People have lost their jobs. People are going hungry, and anytime I talk about this, I get goosebumps, because I personally see some of these things every day because of the community I do live in. People who do petty jobs, like they go into people's houses and they do clean for a daily living, are not being welcome in those houses anymore because of the scare of coronavirus, and people are losing their jobs. And if government is saying that in its own way, this is the little thing that I can do to help you, I think that is a good initiative. And come to think of it, we are always washing our hands with soap and running water, so definitely you will need water in your house. So government is saying that if I wouldn't be able to give you allowances like the way the United States of America is giving in financial packages to people, then the little thing I can do for you is to give you free water and also subsidize your payment of electricity bills. Now let's take it to let's affiliate it politically. It could also be that it is a political trick, but I think those are some of the things that if your government is in power, you enjoy. When you know when you are your office. Yes, your office, when you are in office, definitely it comes with some sort of privileges you do enjoy. It comes with you appointing new people, thereby you can put in people that you know, or even though that is not right, I am not supporting that, but that is the little privilege, or that is the privilege that you enjoy as a Ghanaian, or you as a Ghanaian and your party being in office. So it could also be politically affiliated, but it is high time we shift from politics and look at things that are really problems that we are really facing.
We are in a country where politics is like the first priority. Like anything we do, it is politics.
Yes.
Anything someone does is political affiliation. Because anything these leaders do, in their hindsight, it is political affiliated.
Yes.
Even though he's doing this to help Ghanaians, to support Ghanaians in a way, trust me, it is political affiliated. At the hindsight, it is political affiliated.
So, do you think that Ghanaians should come against things like this when government says, "I'm giving you free water for the reason"? Then Ghanaians will be like, "Okay, we are not accepting."
No, I'm not saying that.
Well,
I came to say that Ghanaians, we've tolerated this leaders to make them feel like anything they do for us is like they are doing us a favor. But it is their mandatory, it is their obligation to be doing all these things.
Just
if we start seeing things in that sense, wouldn't affiliate certain things to politics?
Just like the way I say that I don't believe in sitting government using, "Oh, we constructed this road, I don't support it, because that is your mandate, that's your duty.
It is your duty. So as a sitting government, you shouldn't come and then tell me that it is Green Book that you built a school, it is Green Book that you built a road or something. It is your duty. So crying out loud, why did I vote for you? To come and sit and then take good care of your family? No, I voted for you to be able to construct roads, bad roads, to be able to give me good health facilities, good schools, and all
what is happening right now at Somalia,
No.
The people are actually threatening that this year they are not going to vote.
Well,
they are not going to vote this year because looks like the area or the community have been known to be NDC affiliated, kind of. And during the NDC era, they didn't see anything when it comes to roads. They didn't feel that the government is actually trying to do or is doing anything for them. And then I think that majority went for MPP. So this time around, it is kind of, there's a division. And and then till date, the road is still in the same.
Well.
Now they are not going to go to anything.
Okay, so before that, let me say a big shout out to Mega David of Divine Grace Electricals inside Mamprobi. He's tuned in and he says that he is watching us live. Thank you so much for tuning in same way. So remember that if you are listening to us via our app or via our link, we are live on Facebook, and you can actually tune in and watch what is going on in the studios. We are still on current issues that is trending in our newspapers in Ghana. I have with me Ifya and Miriam here, and we are still discussing our newspapers.
So the people of Mahia are speaking to the fact that if their roles are not being constructed, they are not going to vote coming 7th December. This is, this is what I've been saying. It is their mandatory to do that.
Of course.
And yes, if they don't do that, you have the right to vote
them out. Yes.
So it is your term that would speak for you.
Well, your power is in the term. Yes.
So it is high time Ghanaians, I feel it is high time Ghanaians, stop being political bias. Put the right people on board and stop being it is either NPP or NDC because Ghanaians can't do without them. So no matter what, it's either NPP or NDC coming to power.
So they know,
4 years later, this independent candidates and other people, CPP, PNDC, and all that. Who knows that one of these parties could change the face of Ghana?
Yes.
But
we have made it a two-party state.
And these people are not taking into consideration what we need, because at the end of the day, it's either we vote for MP.
Well, somebody could also raise the argument that there are some people that are actually enjoying. Now, if you sit in Trotro a lot, you realize that political talks like this are not new. You will get people that are sitting in the same trotro with you. They don't own even a bicycle yet, but they get up to defend the government. This tells us that some people are enjoying and others are suffering. So now my question, how can we make government policies like this non-partisan? How can we make every Ghanaian who owns a birth certificate or a Ghanaian identification card or whatsoever enjoy some of these things or these government policies that they do put in place, whether politics or no politics, whether it's been whatsoever? How can we not make it politically biased?
Well, I
think it is by not just like if you are saying when they do this and they come to talk about it on their platforms, we should let them know that that is what you are supposed to do. So they should stop connecting.
Well,
I'm also feeling that education and misinformation is also
part of it.
If we educate, especially it is our duty as the media and houses and media practitioners to educate the masses that hey, the fact that they are in power doesn't mean that when they construct roles or do this or do that, it is a form of saying that, hey, we are doing you a favor.
Okay.
But it is their obligation. In Ghana, people say that we are kind of people that may belong.
Yeah, of course.
This is like that. Cliche should stop.
Well,
it is high time we stop affiliating our ethnic groups or our it is high time we stop affiliating certain things to a particular party.
Okay,
we should be neutralized.
Okay,
if you are doing right, we vote for you. If you are not
that is a good suggestion, but that is something that is never possible. It's never possible because listen, the reason why I say it is never possible is because Obeka se mebusuani na odi ade se eyeye mana or the baby fie. Listen, I do get it, and there are some too that you can't actually direct the kind of interest that somebody should have in politics. You can't direct it. That is their right. That is their freedom. So in as much as that I'll be telling you what is right against what you are seeing or what you're experiencing is wrong, at the end of the day it is still your choice as to who to support. You understand? I do get what you are saying. Yes, it is our mandatory right also to educate the public on that and all that, but the thing is, let's put every joke aside. Whether you were an illiterate or you are literate, you know when the government is not helping you. Because definitely Luba Froka also one antico Juma. There will be a day that you will pick car and probably the fares have shot up and you will be like, hey, there will be a day that you will go. I mean, and amazingly, this prices, this when there is an inflation, it affects everything. It affects everything to the extent that it sometimes even affects a bag of water. It does affect a bag of water. So it is going to be very absurd for us to say that, because I am not an illiterate, and I say minko school that, and I say they say we all know it when the government is working, we all know it when promises are being delivered, and we all know it when these things are not delivered. A big shout out to Yvonne Ya Obeniwa Fianco, who is also watching us live on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can leave us your comment down below and it will be read live for you. Christopher Mensah inside the Hills Pharmaceuticals also left us a message. He says that you guys are doing great, and according to him, he says that nowadays some journalists have become lazy and money conscious. I guess that is why we are not trying to be doing our jobs like we have journalists who are now politically affiliated and all that. And also to Nana Abaka on Facebook, also he's tuned in. Thank you so much for tuning in and locking it down with us right now on Radio Guy Online. So we are still discussing on some policies that government has put it in place and why some Ghanaians are not actually enjoying and some others are enjoying.
So as I was saying, it's not like we can enforce it that it is high time we stop affiliating certain things to politics. It will be very difficult. It looks like impossible. But what I'm saying is sometimes misinformation goes down to these people and they tend to believe it. That is why I am saying that it is high time journalists, media practitioners comes out to educate these masses. You get what I'm saying? To let people know that yes, they're doing A, B, C, D, not because they're in power or not because, but it is their obligation. So if you want to vote for them, don't feel like, oh, they did us a good thing by constructing this road. Well, but vote because you know that this government would help the future generation. Their policies that they are putting in place would one day, like 10 years to come, would help people. Well, the future generation.
That is where there is a need for a national agenda. I do believe that we should have a national agenda. I do support it. I do back it up 100%. And happy birthday to this one is a personalized message. I'm really touched. This one says that happy birthday to my darling Angel Eresi Afol of the Four Square Gospel Church Restoration Temple. This is coming from Queen Miriam, and a belated happy birthday to Shadrach Ashon, doing the listening outside Ghana. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. This is the Rise Up on the Radio Guy Online. Remember, we are live on Facebook, so join us. Let us discuss. Now, I think the final line we can draw on this is, if you are at home and you still keep receiving water bills, the best thing you can do is not to sit down and complain. The best thing is not to send messages to media houses to try and attack the government. The best thing that you can do will be to go to the nearest Ghana Water Company branch that is closer to you. Insist on your rights, that this is what was declared by the president, and you are a Ghanaian, and as such you should be enjoying some of these privileges. And if you are also buying prepaid, or you are paying electricity tariffs and you are still not enjoying your 50%, you can also go to the nearest electricity company of Ghana and argue it out with them, because I believe if you know your rights, it brings you some sort of relief, and it brings you some sort of joy that you'll be able to stand on it and enjoy. I mean, we are all Ghanaians, so there shouldn't be anything bad. Certain people shouldn't enjoy, and some people shouldn't.
Last thing, I think also the reason why all these things happen to us is that yes, we do not know our rights. Because sometimes even people do not know their rights. That if you are going as a reporter, if you are going somewhere and someone asks that, hey, bring your phone, you have the right not to give it to the police person. But you know, these are certain things, the basic rights we do not know. So we are scared. If a police comes, you don't. you have a right not to give your car key to the police person.
Well, and this also reminds me of somebody one day telling me that when you are stopped by the roadside by police, you are not supposed to get down from your car to talk to them. They are supposed to. I honestly, I didn't know that. So I was like, really? So
you see, I think that for that particular issue, this is not a matter of a EBR. It is often the church drivers now. It is because they know. It's like they have an agreement with the police personnel on the road. So they would want to get down because if you know,
they don't know.
No, I have sat. They do. I have sat in the church where the driver says, "Some no, to Umbra," and the policeman stood there, and the driver also stood. Then the driver said, "If he's not coming, we are moving." And
yes,
because he knows.
We all said he should move, and he moved, and the police personnel gave him a sign, and then he said, "Ah, now something
well, so that's
it's all about education. The media houses or media practitioners should educate the masses. I think when we educate ourselves that these are our business rights, there are certain things that wouldn't even come our way, like free water bills and their bills, and you're sitting home crying that free water bills. But
and you are attacking government for that.
You go to a nearby office and then challenge your issue out.
Make your argument out. That is a good one. So we are still on the morning show, and we are saying that government should be able to allow every Ghanaian whatsoever enjoy some of these policies that they have put in place concerning free water, and also concerning 50% subsidy on electricity bills, and positive change. Medina, as usual, always sends us a message. He says that it is true that elections have surprises and side effects on people and development, but this surprises by Ikufuado and its appointees for failing us is legendary. It's unforgivable and unforgettable. The only remedy to their failure is voting against them on 7th December and bring back John Dramani Mahama, the nation builder. Regards to the lawyer Francis Sosu, next MP for my. He never ever leaves a message without throwing a shout out. And let me take this advantage and say a big shout out to Salasi, listening to us, my very own very good friend who is also same way a media practitioner. Big shout out to Salasi Amegashi, who is tuning in right now. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. This is the Rise Up Morning Show. And to also my very good friend Ashlyn, and to also my very good friend Ashlyn, who is tuning in inside Kolibu Teaching Hospital, and also to my very own sister Mariam, also inside Mamprobi, and to Grace inside Kolibu Teaching Hospital, same way. Thank you so much for tuning in. So if you just tune in, we are still on the newspaper review, and Miriam is going to take us through the rest of it.
Okay, so we move on to the Daily Graphic, page 15, and this time around it is Dr. Edward Mahama talking. So, he had announced to the Daily Graphic yesterday in an interview. He mentioned to them that he is opting out of the December election, and then yes. So the paper says Dr. Mahama, who is the leader of the PNC and current ambassador at large, appointed by the President Nana Addo Dankwa, was sharing some insights on what the PNC was doing in preparations to the 2020 general elections, that's the presidential and parliamentary elections. Now, here is the plan. So, according to him, the party's leadership, including its chairman, Mr. Bernard Mona, and then the acting general secretary, that is Mr. Jacob Amwakon, who replaced Mr. Atik Mohammed, met last Tuesday. Yes. So to confirm to firm up the plans of the party towards the elections. Now he said the party has opened nominations for all functional positions of the party. So if you are a party member and you have the interest and the qualifications to pick up any of these positions, this is a time for you. And the PAC leader says he and Mr. Makuwen were not contesting any position in the party, and that nominations were opened to all paid up party members. He also said that vetting would take place in early September, yes, to pave way for the party's delegates conference.
And also inside the Ghanaian Times on page 13, 12 and 13, to be precise, according to Most Reverend Yemanola Santi, he has urged the peace. He has actually urged the IGP to expedite action on investigations into criminal activities during the voters register exercise. Now he says that the National Peace Council has urged the Inspector General of Police IGP James Opon-Bonua to expedite action on investigations into all criminal activities that occurred during the just ended voters registration exercise. It is also he also asked the police administration to institute a platform through which the public will be given regular updates on progress made on such investigations. And also we also have on the 14th page that the health scare in Tema as central sewage systems spillage worsens, residents call for immediate rehabilitation. Now the breakdown of the Tema central sewage system has raised concerns from residents and businesses in Tema, the industrial city of Ghana. Now, the impasse has led to the situation where untreated liquid waste is channeled into the sea near the Sega Lagoon, with dire consequences for fish, marine organisms, and aquatic plants. Now, numerous residential areas in the community have been inundated by the spillage of human excreta due to blockages in disintegrating obsolete asbestos pipes. Now, in other cases, manholes in the network are choked by foreign materials such as underwears, used condoms, pampers, sanitary pads, and pieces of net used as sponge. And that is Tema. The healthcare in Tema, and residents are actually calling for immediate rehabilitation. And also at the back page of the Ghanaian Times says that the minister urges African countries to harness benefits of AFCFTA. So the Minister of Trade and Industry, Mr. Alan Kojo Tremantin, has urged the African countries to develop a national program of action to harness the benefits of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which kickstarts on January 1st, 2021. Now, according to him, even though the AFCFTA promises a lot of benefits, it would require the effort of the individual member states to harness this benefit, stressing that whilst acknowledging the benefits to be gained from the AFCFTA. So that is it in the final. We're talking about the story from Jifa Tete inside Tema that says that the Community Water and Sanitation Agency validates free water bills. And also remember, the president today begins a 5-day Central and Western regional tours, and he is going to be in the central regions, and he's going to be inspecting some works done also. So that is it for the Ghanaian Times.
Okay, so on the Daily Graphic, page 15, it's talking about Parliament. It says Parliament approves development, finance institutions, and communication service tax bill for 2020. So it says Parliament last Friday approved the Development Finance Institution, that's the DFI, bill 2020, and the communication service tax bill, which is the amendments, yes, to regulate finance institutions and reduce the communication tax rates, respectively. And the DFI bill seeks to regulate development finance institutions which will be non-deposit, taken to provide medium to long-term financing for key sectors of the economy, such as agriculture, manufacturing, and small and medium-sized enterprises, to promote economic growth and transformation. It also seeks to provide adequate regulations and supervision by the Bank of Ghana, aimed at ensuring that the failure of a development finance institution will not have systematic impact on the financial system as a whole, and at that same time provide additional comforts for potential investors who might wish to invest in the sector.
Okay, so that is it for our newspaper review this morning. Remember, news in a brief follows shortly, and also we have Prince David Prince, who is a sports journalist in here, and he's going to bring in us updates in the sports world. Don't forget that we are still live on Facebook, and you can join us on our live video. This is the Rise Up on Radio Guy Online, and remember that it is probably brought to you by Maya Herbal Soap. That's #1 soap for healthy skin. Don't ever say no to it, because it is going to be addressing all your skin issues, pimples, skin rashes, eczema, and foot rot. Big shout out to Selassie Megashi doing the listening right now, and also to Frank Dakwa, who is also tuned in same way. Stay tuned, and of course we have more coming out. I can't believe that.
Hello?
Yeah.
Always alert. This is Radio Guy. Radio Guy.
Yeah, cause
Okay, na boko bislu guso.
Always alert. This is Radio Guy.
It me so akata is kakra bi. It is an 50,000. E mami. Na meeting fam stars nwie.
Always alert. This is Radio Guy.
Bye. Okay. Asia. Bombo.
Radio Guy.
Voice notes, me for me the money a groom a nigga. My clock the TikTok, been waiting all day. Trying to be for me and I was send the Uber. Can it have me Benz and a beg you me bubuda. Into the blue kiosks, on me buddha. Ready me show the get it. Give me home me kwesi guy and nothing. Makumo me yo biba. Ready me do my kwesi. You want me see na ina na chipi me sa me chipa be fiye my best me. Me buy and no kwesi. On the missing and no worry my. I can't believe say I can't be cool. I'm on the side, mama ya want the best of me go promise to enjoy me. I can't believe say I can't be cool. I'm on the side, mama ya want the best of me go promise to enjoy me. I feel the bug of my embrace.
Radio Guy. Radio Guy.
It's a beautiful thing, coming to a place where you belong. Feel the joy and the love in the air. It's time to return. Oh Ghana, only gets way to Africa. Why at Makakra, Santa Breathia, you are welcome home. Some Breathia, welcome. Some Breathia, some Breathia, you are always welcome home. It's been so long, you were taken away. Home is where you find liberty. Hand in hand with your family. It's time to return. Oh Ghana, only gets way to Africa. Why at Makakra, Sunny Breathia, you are welcome home.
It's Radio Guy.
Something must kill a man. 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 If no be ash, he go be problem with cash. If no be ash, he go be problem with cash. He no be manual, automatic. One woman they pass automatic. For Instagram he go see photogenic. Take it. I say something must kill a man. Only a woman go kill a man. Yahoo go kill a man. And no problem, hey Suleiman. Gucci go kill a man. CLS go kill a man. Range Rover and a shower Trasaco go kill a man. Something must 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 kill a man. If no be ash, he go be problem with cash. If no be ash, he go be problem with cash. 16 years with honorable sugar daddy. Oh now you get plenty picking, you no pay school fees. So
always alright. This is Radio Guy.
No be gunny for just understand. Mary Kay go kill a man. Take me go shopping, go kill a man. Something must kill a man. Something.
Okay, we're still on the Rise Up Morning Show. My name is Judith, and I am still here from now until 10 a.m. Doing some birthday shout out. Happy birthday to Angel Ira Isiafol of the Four Square Gospel Church, Restoration Temple, coming from Queen Miriam, and a belated happy birthday to Shadrach Ashon doing the listening outside the country, and also a big shout out to Mariam inside Mampubi, my very own sister. Proud to call you my sister, and also to Prosper Ugu, who is still doing the listening same way. Thank you to Salasia Mega, she tuned in, and also on Facebook. Remember, we are live and you can leave us your comment down below. A big shout out to Mega David, who is tuned in and logged down with us, and to Positive Change Medina, also, who always leaves us a political view right there. And up next will be sports that will be coming your way, and you can And you can also tune in on our YouTube video, on our YouTube live. Remember to subscribe, share, and also keep on liking our content. So sports will also come in, and also remember that we still have news in brief coming in shortly. Our showbiz coming in, and of course our business and health senses coming in. Stay tuned with us. This is the Rise Up Morning Show on Radio Guy Online.
I say, yabo, any who's slow. I say, yabo, 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 yabo. Drip, 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 drip.
My life a movie Jack. Me te sabo so kan me ho parts. Ade na mo me say, we did it bia so mundi mu den. Obi de ba na mo prim say, enti me ni a mo so mo bani. Okay, so see I know I'm constipated. Timbeden. I know that I'm mostly debated. I feel like I'm sweat. We feel na yen chairman yeko. And I'm no ya born ya yemo. Then I'm a patch. What person mo compare American Idol to mentor.
I say, yabo, yabo, you need a hoe. I say, yabo, you need who's slow. I say, yabo, 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 yabo. Drip, 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 drip.
I'll be right on the kids.
Always.
Bring you news in brief. Let us look at our current status of COVID-19 in Ghana. Now we have a total of 42,653 confirmed cases, given as 121 new cases, with active cases standing at 1,847 and death at 239. So 239 deaths, including a 9-week-old baby who is said to die at the central region due to coronavirus, and 121 new cases. And also in some COVID-19 updates, we are going to be looking at Zipline being lauded for effort in fighting COVID-19. Our medical drone agent Zipline has received commendations for its support to Ghana's fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the company, through its assistance, is delivering COVID-19 samples to Noguchi and KCCR for testing, and has brought a lot of relief to many facilities within their operational areas. Now, narrating the gains made as a result of these interventions, the director of the Ghana Health Services for the Suhum municipality, Dr. Frederick Kwame Ufosu, says Zipline has been of tremendous support to the directorate since its opening in April 2019. News in brief is up next shortly.
When I pull up in a Nima, vibe and swagger just kill them in a million ways. Pull up in a new town, drip and swagger just kill them in a million ways. Pull up in Fadama, vibe and swagger just kill them in a million ways. Pull up in Medina, drip and swagger just kill them in a million ways. Oh, me kai kwana kwana, I'm sure we love it at the street and every corner. Zongo girls in the street, show we love and repeat. Control the whole place like we be on turn off a football nation. What we pull up, we no go show you the fake thing. Mad setting on, we be the real thing. What we pull up, we no go show you the fake thing. Mad setting, we be real thing. When I pull up in a Nima, not give no food, them no give no sandals. We kill them a million ways like this. Our ninja, say we free Ghana. Anywhere we go, Africa to America. We make sure we kill them by far.
Always alone with us.
Ever gentle, ever clean, ever frightless. Badness, how we motto, ever kindness. Lights on my weather, ever pure, ever brightness. I don't think you know me better than myself. I know me very well. Some my people know me and them know say I kill it. Them know me very well. When I pull up in a Nima, vibe and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in a new town, drip and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in Fadama, vibe and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in Medina, drip and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pull up in a Nima, vibe and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in a new town, drip and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in a Nima, vibe and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in Medina, drip and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Me I eat one corner. Them show we love in the street. Move in and watch them ways. Flip up your tension from them rat race. Them not give you no food, them no give no sun rays. We kill them a million ways back days. Our ninja, Sabu Frigana. Anywhere we go, Africa to Americana. We make sure we cute and them by far. We higher than them, all the way as ganja farmer. We are ever green, ever niceness, ever gentle, ever clean, ever frightless. Madness, how we motto, ever kindness. Lights from my weather, ever pure, ever brightness. I don't think you know me better than myself. I know me very well. Cause my people know me and them know say I kill it. Them know me very well. When I pull up in a Nima, vibe and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in a new town, drip and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in Fadama, vibe and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Pull up in Medina, drip and swagger just kill her in a million ways. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Always on This is Radio High.
She come true like a rider and come wipe on it in. Legally, your body too bad, girl, a finger with a beat. And why you close your eye, tell me everything I see. When I real bad guy, girl, you like another breed. I wanna see sons of brave. She wanna sit on my face. She smell like she from LA. I want this girl on the way. Dirty Diana. Slow down, right for your hand. Right for your hand. Turn it up, turn it up. I'm gonna wait until you turn it up.
So let your panties hit the floor and then I'm ready to
This is Radio Guy.
She say whose is it? I say yours, and she begin to take it all. We do everything we want and more. I think about you when you're gone, and then you make me go from soft to something harder than an iron rod. I feel like when I get on top and then you don't want me to stop, and I don't mind cause you're so wet and warm.
I wanna see sons of brave. She wanna sit on my face. She smell like she from LA. I want this girl, no delay. Dirty Diana. Slow down, right for your hand. Right for your hand. Turn it up, turn it up. I'm gonna wait until you turn it up. Turn it up, turn it up. I'm gonna wait until you turn it up. Oh, money don't get a ability, your body. We are belong. Feel the joy and the love in the air. It's time to return. Oh Ghana, only give way to Africa. Why you make a cry? Sign a prayer for you. You are welcome home. Some prayer for you. Welcome. Some prayer for you. Some prayer for you. You are always welcome home. It's been so long, you were taking away. Home is where you find liberty. Hand in hand with your family.
the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champion. It's getting
already. Our sports news. Prince Gona is here, and this is sports right here on the Rise Up Morning Show. Good morning.
Morning.
I ran to Miss Anna Pay what we try me surprise be pana. Oh dear, you back on him later. Na apom to say.
Boko.
Now they ye dear.
They but no probably na me break akra because Ghana dey am pin very close. I dey be a free bia.
Say men our park and
because I dey free bia send me because you see my free electricity. Free water. I no promise so me show by 2 days today. Now promise me visa me so na ba me so but they tell me pay rubber.
Now fancy and fan cop. Ya semu. Now oka 2 days ni obi wo Facebook because be say 1 month ni the pipe ma.
Ba any free the pipe ba. I say free emba.
Asemu ya wo pa ma ho yi.
Ni dia no pray ma pray pa.
Asemu.
Bia me ka say Ghana sa banka so ya dia ma Ghana. O ya ma free dia me njindi.
Enye hwe.
Ya eneye.
Enye
hwe. Ko dia no na e bra ma pray pa.
Enye hwe wo dia.
O be ma oso nsu ore na nkwa.
Oh, be ma kentin kapa wa fo abodwe pa wo sia. Hey, ready and you say fire call sports.
Ebuja force amuti orodo gan online the super money rising show so and the sports update bro. We dey the Prince go na wait my friend. David Prince na ma bo on 7 and dey bro and power we. Ni same there egusu obebre wo aye dey bro mondra in time na ni Shakhtar Donetsk say Bobo Branche Lukaku e kire say oyo top striker and pa e mo bo 2 goals. Inter Milan almost Shakhtar Donetsk 5-0. I'm see one qualify for champion Europa League final. Money so we are go share Friday. I mean aduma Friday we are here. Lukaku December brand to say almost deserve final. Because some may be signed Manchester say or see Manchester for year and say Manchester for one and the Japan on say Greenwood Masha and Rashford omo ye juma pa na omo time I somebody deliver ama team no dey ni Japan when you see a woman say or na Razaru phone akọ na Razura phone akọ final ono nkwa go just say cap no obeti dey ama Conte na ejuma edima Conte no mo say wa the first trophy ama team tell na in some I wa Europa League no e wa so Barcelona for so oma boy mu coach mi setien oma pa mu coach because nkugo no di any there e ni pa ntoma pa no ma boy about Koma Roland Koma for omene twetwe Koma se be ye ya one try me advance season Koma and any Barcelona for ebe ejuma. What a shock your story and power breaking news about Pierre Sarante de Silva call Lazio omene we 3 years contract and come to Man City film champions no wa season in Yama no because but David if you hear them it was sign echi akọ Spain on the Real Sociedad ekwa akọtun abom we want to assign 2 years ama Real Sociedad Avante de receiver we nyam call Lazio ni bi obutunu Real Sociedad no be di now grow Barcelona for so Avante de pick I can say Says here Pamu players na Pamu Penfono, Apamu built one of first person. Obey free team, one of first person. Obey free team, and in the own kind that will be a on a first person obey free team no wako. Eto former Barcelona players who have to just say Messi free Barcelona team media team ne go some society and just on Barcelona bill at a some Munsisa a dinu crab because apparently Messi in the Kita Barcelona to some better Manacodia Munsisa a dinu Emma. Oh, soon some way we boy around England for us on and 70 go up a brave some like a Chelsea player, Nigeria international. Mikel Obi, wakon in nama about Tampa, England, or in Stoke City. Eba between Abum to Stoke City, no one did now grow a more next season. Namia Aduma, on Stoke City, and a between Abum. In the Champions League matches, Ewa Honum, PSG, but name as they are two, baby, I will repulse of a sign each year. La into on the or Boma the uncle final. Final so drew on a betray cap on a dear, while Jerry also no Bora final. Cap on the Algeria and the PSG any Lisbon ever we see can 7 p.m. ever Ghana time and almost a kind of Lisbon into Namia Dumana and also Abana Washena. Yeah, Coma Eba Poyansan, we are Chile player on your baron first signing obey a mom and I asked for midfielder Donny van de Beek or no or don't ever tree and on any first signer of a sign Sanamia Dumana Ujumano Yadimana. I don't know any fair signing of a sign to a decabo in Penufano Coco. Sir, player I done anymore at the Juman man of a sign and no. I don't know, so I have 2 Jano. Oh, I so on I walk your boy England for transfer, cost weekend, any weekday, weekend in Man City for some of the Abranta Koulibaly, and I don't wait giant that. Omuhia Branton and in a Jumapa and Tino. Obia no on can be on Betty. Napoli for to any more to Trinska 7 and I said, my daughter said, Namia Dumna in 7 ye dia. Koulibaly, any Man City and a veteran above number 1 Manchester for us. The debut the advantage and Sancho dear, and I don't be giant mutas. Tomu Kitemomni, or Mutim near to train common giddy. Almost Sancho, and I don't make Pinamanago. Manchester push pressure. Let him up Bruce Dortmund for the Branton, the Omunian is serious, but Omunian is an idea. On between signed, I just almost to another transfer window. Susanza transfer window news, still almost to say 80 Aquarante. Manchester 4,000 for Juventus for Cachomunia Douglas Costa. Omunia Douglas Costa. Normally now 29 years. Omunia nom the number between Amos. If your man Sancho Costa and maybe a better replacement. Almost Omunia Branta Dybala, Pablo Dybala, and Tom Gusom no more to treat in common. Juventus was some better Douglas Costa one at Dybala, some Pobi, Edison, some more Wolves for Akasom Kita Raul Jimenez, Omunia, some the Ramsey. Court no matter Wolves or the improve your mobile toner, Mufas Cambra number 10 Panzer, you do be back count there. Yamping, Mufas can and brain and your farm. Benfica force to any Manchester United new Prometheus, Leeds United, true about any Cavan who didn't dimpa. So much as a Cavan, but so premiership in Mudia and our bad Leeds United, but so I'm bad on the Benfica, our more Portugal, no more actually. Abum. In Manchester City 4,000 boy Aston Villa for some Douglas Lewis, Aston Villa for midfield Abi, 25 million pounds. The co player no Aston Villa Belgia. Also more the BC. Aston Villa for so branch captain. All-time best player Jack Grealish. You see your man holidays, man who call by and almost suspected say coronavirus no. I want to mama Omama isolate on his own uncertain free team no kakrana omo fan testing and Leeds United omo buy omo Premier League omo si omo kan for man start sign is edima Premier League omo Charles Boateng omo kojo mabrante masha bashai say omo nya ne pa no atwi abum na omo abrante omo gusu omo ne atwitwi nkomo se be ya ebe ko true say omo etimi ne atwi abom dia emre ebe kire say ono omo be si abom nti na ya ma no ne nsem a ewo ho aye de Ibrahim nti say ye ba fe ni fa fie so simba nsem ni de doors wo fie pa emefa na sia so be guy to just say Black Princess any black maid for government so me start on me start aye training right am qualify some by nsem a everybody say 7 players are tested positive
Ghana has say,
Ghana have
black queens, black maidens.
And black princess.
7 of them.
And
Na omudi to Jadi. I said, Ghana has said, yeah, as Obinya coronavirus, I am finding it to Jabba Bridge, the Unya. Obi got to me a video, got to
but Ghana, they are formed to Jadi. They want to Cape Coast Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, if you show and we say, oh, yeah. So, back a former blaster player or circle for reference circle from one with the Akama Ghana football part. I say, I kind of right. Or a reverend. And all the tours a Yamua Poku, so say Yamua Poku, Eddie, I told you, I said, I was supposed to deliver a walk, Mazas and Toko, they are just so Juju. Hey, I said, confused about the baby. So then I have go a couple of time person activity on making sure it's a modern football style of football a boys is a no bed development juju there yeah fan and bobo na time on no see na time our bobo generally na so you go for do rabbit on you do no catch do and so no there o shey you go born the ball body that and do and go before for no go you want to no there on juju edi na to say to see a science and aba na ye dey na ni be say juju e football mu to no dey on to no for say
na some ya waka say asem kese pa na ye ka juju omu use of football mu sa de na no kre de
ubisa footballers na say nya no kre
na wo gidi say no kre
ball ni me de me gidi say draw ni ball mu
e draw ni ball
so wa go ji draw na only fit to bet ma ball 90 minutes what's the essence wa go ji ball no numbo ni mbo
sa
udun ball to mi ma down for me nwa be na o si akama team kese bo Ghana o si match dey draw na yeye nyama ko she toilet no afrash sorry to say or the co washroom na wa fresh no ko ba be deliver be mo be say you be nyon no ani mi nyama pe ono so we bo a dey she ni boot mu ono so we ko Psalm 23
no wa the Lord is my shepherd
no dey she no anu yan say dru because two players pia you see ye dey dru amomo yisu nyama na
ni nyina o ko no makogo mu nu ase
enko si be fa nko be bia te dru dey Brody Brody, Bobo, say they are see and Brody, Drew Bobo, your covered cap, I am Drew Blani.
No cray.
That ain't running my engine.
Well,
don't know dear advising is uncle for Juju.
Okay.
Yaya Mohammed, so now in December 2000, I'll call Ashanti Gold. I'm on my baby, but Ashanti Gold from there. I'm going to train, I'm the Yamaha to 2 years, no much because no money alone, no, the Nako with African Cup, I'm the Nako Cup Champions League by. Omo dinama to 2 years after say ombe nyano enumenu ye anase ye ma embre mu a referee phone so akọ amaya from ngwa FIFA elite course bi akọ tete Ghanaian referees and I from ngwa course ewa answer league but ni po any e bi say na ban say no fit select 30 players because the ball league
30 referees
na do omo ko
because the ball league
categories ben
and nobody share and nobody select okay
because name say omo you whom you know and I say
oh God
you are now France okay blam do back na ni ntini ya so be hwehwem
okay
na you say na ba o category omo use ya omo defa mpenifo na omo kwa omo course no blaster for coach Siki Akono so the December 22 say national team na dia man ni dey assume ni ball pa but the one mu arehye ni nyama won mu bia odo ba Ghanaian born players omo Europe nyina no obebo modern no ma tutu nkomo so mo pa na ba be si akama blaster dia
enyo mo be yejuma pa
agazo for goalkeeper after Richard Atta extending the contract ya pa mu ebim no dey wa extending so na so we tell guys say as for players 5 nkwana ye release them ba that time we Richard Atta there omo di no awia omo bo na nsam so wo nsem bebre wo as for pa mo player to say be so me di nsem bebre e bai e no mben for na twitwi say e say the service so omo man release letter so nko ba person me say akama class of biom da no sambra no mbra me party na to no so say onye boni bi ai me si mu ma mi ska say na mso mu ma na mi say me ko a na supporters me aka say fine mama nko na membra supporters na aka so mo metuto nko to come si campaign for people so don't be scan me account no me ama ima omo di ama iso na wetimi esi aka na class of so somebody iso pa dia so ba e ba be party na cho ono tu so onye team ni boni bi so be pa ma cho ba petfoni na twitwi nkomo so do team se no kapare na omo ni be twitwi nkomo no nko party na cho na want to many music and see a kind more. As for our Pobiman project, to jam on my see my first face.
Yeah, almost stadium. Now, say almost okay.
On board Frederick Moore and about 2 years. Almost first face, the second face number, and the man take his for me. I'm going to take you over until I October and West. And I share about I share by December, January, no more project.
Nah, take it for no afina or more Ghana has said that I'm okay. As I come, if you saw more the afin no more bad any say yemba but the airways
protocol.
Okay. Okay. No
protocol on the moment.
Okay.
And by October, the Ombesha Siena, Omama, Omu Asha say,
and yeah, she no more say. Bedroom December, January, or more kind day. Now, finally, has a folk for Inya or Moncasa almost stadium on betting media training as a possible company betting Yako boy league in Ibisuere. Okay,
but a good concern somewhere. So, I wish you have a cotton for Gino. So long, only a see a time about the discipline and class of folk. Our class for stadium, my 2 kuju. How many bonds? You see, I got to go for on person the manager any man do and Kasana Omo. So make me assign player now and I see I come on permanent and Tenuzu or Omo to trim come until I know if you say my or Yabuba no a brem.
Yeah, that's it. If you are looking for that one place where you get all your sports details, Prince Grona always comes our way on the Rise Up Morning Show to bring us the latest in sports. Tune in on Facebook. William Anochepelo says that nice program. Big up Radio Guy Online. Thank you.
Stand up.
And also to bring you some good news, Radio Guy Online has been nominated for an award program. You will be really surprised. Now, it's so exciting. I really didn't want to share the news with all of you, but I mean, I have no option. You can't keep good news like that for so long. We have actually been nominated for Emerging Entertainers Awards Ghana for being the media organization and institution of the year, Radio Guy Online, and our code is 7926. And to vote, you just have to dial *447 *714 hash. We will bring you details on that shortly. Stay tuned. We still have our health, sense, and our business tip of the day to share with you. 9:30 a.m. 30 minutes more for us to wrap up the Rise Up Morning Show on Radio Guy Online. Remember, we are still live on our Facebook, Radio Guy Online, and of course you can send in your messages and drop your comment right there in the comment down below. Now to share with you some business tips of the day. You know, I have always been a good and great supporter of being an entrepreneur, and day in and day out I share with you some of the little motivations and tips that you can use as an entrepreneur or somebody who wishes to be an entrepreneur. Now, one of the things that I have realized is that being an entrepreneur doesn't have a roadmap. There is no roadmap to it. It's like you learn everything as you go. You learn every defeat, every win, every lose, every success, everything you learn on the way as you go. There is no roadmap because everybody has a different story. But there are certain things that you should always have at the back of your mind when you are on the road of being an entrepreneur. Definitely nobody starts up a business with the aim of being at the ground forever. We all want to be at the top. We all want to be at a place where people are going to patronize us and we are going to be a household name. But have you ever asked why some people are able to make it and why some people are not able to make it? Now, I just want to start by getting this quote from Stannis Baratheon. If you are a Game of Thrones lover, you would remember Stannis Baratheon. He said something, and I want us to take it into the business aspect of it. He says that we march to victory or we march to defeat, but we go forward only. Now you go forward whatsoever. There are times that being an entrepreneur, you are going to be making bad investments. You are going to be making some kind of decisions that can pull your entrepreneurism down. But if you are always marching in for win or for defeat, there is one thing that I can assure you, and that thing is you moving forward no matter what. So if you are looking at being an entrepreneur, you always have to keep the vision big no matter what. If you keep the vision big, always make sure that your mind is on that vision. Your mind is on that vision to make it big. Your mind is on that vision to actually make it, to be a household name. It might seem difficult and it might seem impossible, but it really works, because if you are an entrepreneur, you are looking at learning all of the basic tips yourself. There will be nobody there to teach you all of these things. You pick up all of these experiences as you go. So you always have to keep the vision big and keep it in sight.
You want the fun? Yes, no case. I no got Scarface.
If you keep the vision big, it will be able to steer you successfully. And even though there are times that there will be bad days, definitely the good days will always be on top of the bad days. And one particular thing that people feel in the field of being an entrepreneur is how they fool themselves. There are times that you have nobody listening to you, you have nobody watching, you have nobody patronizing you, but you always have to fuel your vision with perseverance. And perseverance is something that you should never look down on. It's something that you can always give to yourself when people fail. Yesterday I was talking about when you have no motivation, when the motivation is lost, when there is a point where everybody who would motivate you, they are not picking up your calls, not because they don't want to talk to you, but because they are going about their daily activities. So I ask, if you don't fool yourself, don't ever expect somebody to fool you. The best way you can fool yourself as an entrepreneur is by doing so with perseverance.
Money anywhere, anytime. Jiggle up your body, let me see your waistline.
since you are going to be gathering all the experiences yourself, there is always a need for you to be flexible when making a plan. When you are making a plan, and make it so flexible, because when you are going on the top ladder, the top part of the ladder, there are times that you need to make changes. There are times that you need to make a change of decision or a change of idea or whatsoever. But whatever it is, when you are making a plan or you need a few set of business plans, make sure that they are flexible. There is no need to be making giant or robust plans that nobody will be able to access, but make plans that will be flexible enough to change when you get to a point where there is a need to. If you are starting a business, remember it is necessary to have a skill set. Remember it is very necessary to have expertise when it comes to starting a business. So if you want to start a business in the production of rice, you should have knowledge of what production of rice, what goes into the production of rice, from the farm to the factory to packaging to bagging and whatsoever. There is supposed to be an expertise that you should undergo. Now when you do have this skill, it makes it easier for you to sign contracts with agencies that you don't actually need a lawyer to come and explain all of these things to you, because you already do have the expertise. And also it makes it much more flexible for you on days that you wouldn't be able to afford afford help from somewhere. You would be able to fit in by your own.
I'm getting money, making money.
So one thing about being an entrepreneur also is doing everything by your own self. We have the notion that since I am an entrepreneur, I should be doing everything myself. I should be working on my website myself. I should be doing this myself and all that. But if there is something that you can pay a little fee for, that is going to save you the time and the energy, I think it is a good thing, or it is a good advice for you to pursue it. There is no need spending money on things that you don't have a knowledge of, or things that you wouldn't be able to do, but you feel like you can do it. And probably you want to pay money for your website, or you want a website and you feel you can pay a little amount for it to be beautifully designed by somebody who has that expertise. There is no need for you to go in for website training for you to do your own thing, because it can veer you off on the path that you are on. And remember that we always want to keep our big vision inside. Part is putting your health first in whatsoever. Entrepreneurism comes with a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of days that you are going to sleep in your office, a lot of days that you are going to not have time for yourself whatsoever. But remember that you don't have to burn out. When you burn out, your health literally deteriorates. And remember that your health is the most important thing in your life. And if you have your health, you can continue pursuing your dreams. So remember that at the times that you want to sleep, or you feel like sleeping, you need to sleep. Or you can set a time for yourself where you need at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep non-stop. I mean really good sleep. And don't forget that you need to also get multivitamins to also help you, because you are going to be spending a lot of time, a lot of energy on your newfound passion. So that is it for our business tips of the day. Up next is our health, and we are going to be wrapping up. I want to say a big shout out if you tune in. A big shout out to Mr. William. I know you tune in inside Kaswa, and also to Ni Adute, who is tuning in also inside Tuba Junction. Thank you, same way. And on Facebook, we are live to bring you good music. This is the Rise Up Morning Show. My name is Judith, and I'm here with you from now to 10 p.m. Same way, good music. Enjoy.
Always alert.
items of the day, we are discussing bitter cola. And Fantafuana tree for friend Bessin. A bitter cola. Now, this wonderful plant is meant to be used mostly by older men and also mostly by Muslims and people from the north. They are normally associated with that, and people from Nigerians are also really associated with the use of bitter cola. Now, I always think that bitter cola that is scientifically known as Garcinia cola is only meant for traditional purposes. But today, we are going to be breaking that myth by getting to know what some of the uses of bitter cola is. What is bitter cola? What can it do for you? Can you take it? Can you not take it? Why should you take it? Why you should not take it? We are going to be discussing it here. If we enter into the main arena, they popularly say that bitter cola actually increases sex drive, and it improves the sexual performance of men who consumes it a lot. But to break the myth, it is not only meant for men to enhance sexual performances or increase sex drive. Even as a woman, or even as a pregnant woman, you can actually get some benefit from bitter cola. It is one of the plants that falls in the category of being a fruit, being a seed, and being the nut. And it has actually been used for centuries to treat ailments from cough to fever. If you are a very good lover of health remedies or natural remedies, this is the one that you have to pay attentive to. So bitter cola is actually one of the cheapest nuts you can get here in Ghana, and it is really bitter. If you have tasted it before, you will realize that it is no joke. The first time I took a bite of it, I went the whole day not getting that taste out of my mouth. But if I actually knew the health benefit it was going to give me, I would have opted it to become part of my everyday life. So it contains high minerals and sources of vitamins and minerals such as vitamins A, vitamin C, E, B1, B12, B2, B3, and it is one of the nuts that is really high in almost all of the nutrients, including fiber, calcium, potassium, iron, and also carries a lot of antioxidants. Antioxidants are meant to trap free radicals in our blood. So owing to this reason, it has been accredited and confirmed that not only that bitter cola or Garcinia cola only helps with sexual potency, but it's also a remedy for osteoarthritis. So when you move you're saying the code to JCC, that is the number one remedy that can actually help you. Now, osteoarthritis is the degeneration of joint cartilage and the underlying bone that causes pain and stiffness. Now, especially in the hip, knee, and thumb joints. If you really feel like you really feel pain in your knee, your hip, and your thumb joint, and some stiffness in those parts of your body, it could be osteoarthritis, and your first remedy you should be running to is bitter cola. The most amazing part, and this one will shock you, that bitter cola can actually combat sexually transmitted disease. Now note that none of these things that I'm talking about is supposed to give remedy for anything, or is supposed to give diagnosis for anything, but I am telling you some of this natural health benefit that these products, that these plants that God himself created for us actually have. Now, since the emergence of sexually transmitted diseases, Nobel scientists have actually been battling it every day to bring solutions to this. There are some that they have been announced, we don't have cure for them and all that. Now, although this battle may actually seem lost and everything, there is the need for us to take a second look at the seed of a bitter kola and the leaves also. Traditionally, it is supposed to heal salmonella typhi, and it's also a great remedy for people who suffer from chronic typhoid. So if you have been battling with sexually transmitted diseases, this is a chance for you to take your chance on it. Just take a chance on it and make it part of your everyday life. I'm not going to promise you it would go away, but definitely you are going to be seeing an improvement.
Can they fear me? Oh yes, I've been
Apart from it having antibacterial properties, it is also a very great nutrition for the lungs. Lungs diseases and kidney diseases has been one of the order of the day when you go to the hospitals, and almost everybody at a point in time, get frightened. Am I also going to be suffering from this thing very soon? But for bitter kola, if you consume it regularly in considerate amounts, definitely it will actually stabilize any other effect that is going to go haywire and cause your lungs to react. Now, in addition, it helps in the maintenance of your respiratory tract as well as treating chest cold. Now, in this era, it is always partly cloudy and cold, especially in the coastal areas. This is a chance where you can go along with some bitter kola to help you. Now, above all, it's immunity system, also an anti-malarial agent. So if you are looking at battling some malaria this cold weather, this cold season, you can actually fall on bitter kola to help you in these times. Now, this coronavirus era, I'm always into something that is going to boost my immune system. Anything that is going to boost our immune system, I am down for it. So we've been talking about Prekese, ginger, rintia, and all of those goodness spices we do have. Maybe this is the time where you should be adding bitter kola to your daily remedy. Just one a day, it is going to help you. So if you suffer from glaucoma, or you suffer from constant eye diseases, eye pressure and all that, it can also help release the pressure in your eyeball, and which is going to help you escape permanent blindness. Remember, Garcinia kola, as it is scientifically called, not only is it a sexual remedy or a sexual potency or whatever it is for men. I can say it is not only meant for that. Improves your sexual potency. It's a remedy for osteoarthritis, and it's also STDs. It improves the functions of the lung, and it improves immunity, and you should make it a part of your daily diet. Curtains down for today's show. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Kingsley, who is in here helping us with our tunes and the videos on social media, on Facebook and YouTube respectively. We were live, and of course good news and good music still continues right here on Radio Guy Online. My name is Judith MFA. But I remember that we have been nominated for the Entertainment Emerges Awards, and we will be bringing you update on our subsequent shows. Don't forget to join us same time tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and I will be on your airwaves. And thank you so much for everybody who tuned in and contributed. We say a big thank you. Still enjoy some good music. Have a lovely morning.